Okay, so to continue on flow in pipe, before this we have already learned about the basics of flow in pipe, major losses, minor losses, and while we are doing all the explanation, I did a question together with the explanation so that we get the understanding of it. Okay, so to simplify the steps for you to answer flow in pipe questions, okay, so you should see on this slide. There are 8 steps, and these are the steps that you need to follow one by one. Okay, so if you have any questions regarding flow in pipe, okay, you can just answer the question based on these steps. Okay, so the first one, find the value of fluid average velocity in the pipe, V pipe. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to do. Whatever the question asks, you need to find out this V pipe first. So to find out V pipe, okay, so V pipe is calculated using either continuity equation. Okay, continuity equation means it's Q equals to AV or mass flow rate equals to rho AV. Okay, so that's the first way, and sometimes the question already gave you the velocity, so just use whatever velocity that you have based on the question. Right? And then calculate RE and state the flow condition. So RE here should be based on the equation V P over mu, and make sure you state whether the question, the RE is laminar or turbulent. This is a very important step because comparing between laminar and turbulent, you'll have two different Darcy friction factor. If the Darcy friction factor is based on RE, laminar, which is RE below 2300, the Darcy friction factor will be 64 over RE, so you don't have to use any Moody chart. However, if the question or the results for RE is turbulent, which is the RE is more than 4000, Reynolds number is more than 4000, F should be calculated using Moody chart or Colebrook equation. Okay, doesn't matter whether we are using Moody chart or Colebrook equation, both of them requires you to find number one, the Reynolds number in terms of X or A times B to the power of C. Okay, so it means whatever answer that you get, for example, if the answer is 34,000, so it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.4 times 10 to the power of 4. So that's the first thing that you need to do. Okay, and if you have the Colebrook equation or Moody chart, number 2, what you need to find out is the roughness. Okay, and the roughness comes from the table in Moody chart. So the table that we are using right now is the same table that we are going to use in the final test or in your assignments. Okay, so number 3, based on the roughness, you should find the relative roughness, which is equal to whatever roughness that you have divided by D. And remember, this is a ratio, so you don't have any unit. Alright, so once you get the F from the Moody chart or for Colebrook equation, you can put the F here in the major loss calculation. F L over D, V pipe square over 2G. And then you can calculate minor losses, HL minor, summation of KL. This is based on the numbers given from the question, V pipe square over 2G. And then you calculate the total losses, HL total equals to HL major plus HL minor. Okay, so number 7, solve the energy equation. So we use B1 over rho G plus Z1 plus V1 square over 2G. For the left side, This is based on Bernoulli equation. The same goes on the right side, 0.2. And then H pump is added at the initial point or the starting point of the pipe. And then H turbine, if any, should be on the right side of the equation, which is at the outlet. Okay. And HL total should be on the outlet also. Okay. So H pump should be on the inlet, and then turbine and shuttle should be on the outlet. Okay, the power for the system, if you have turbine or pump, should be rho GQ. Rho is density, G, Q is the volume flow rate, H pump over efficiency. So for the efficiency here, for example, if it's 100%, so the efficiency is 1. Do not use 100%, use number 1. If it's 90%, so it is equal to 0.9. So this is the next thing, which is and pump selection. In this study, a piping network this is an example of piping network. You can see multiple piping going here and out. Okay, there are two different types of piping networks that you need to know. Okay, and this is almost like what we learn in electrical study. Okay, electrical circuit. So what we have here is two different types. Number one is called series, which is two pipes connected together. Okay, so pipe A and pipe B connected together, and then you will have this flow rate is the same in each pipe, meaning volume flow rate Q over here should be equals to Q at point B. So here QA should be equal to QB. Okay, so the difference here is in terms of area and velocity. So because different area, you will have different velocity as well. Okay, however, if you talk about losses, the losses should be the sum of the head losses for individual pipe, meaning this is HL total from point 1 to point 2. So this is HL total at point A1, okay, at point 1, and this is HL total at point 2. You add up. So this is major and minor, this is major and minor combined together, then you add up together, you get the HL total. So for this one, if you see this kind of question, okay, it means in the same question, you need to do two Reynolds number. You have to find two velocity, velocity 1, velocity 2, and then two Reynolds number, twice the major losses, twice the minor losses. Then when you add together, you can use the same energy equation. Okay, so hopefully in the study, we can show you an example on this question. Okay, so for piping networks, for pipe in series, we should have two different types. Number one is like this. Okay, given that the flow is going from left to right, this is called sudden expansion. Okay, this is point 1 and point 2. So A1 should be higher than A2. If you see a picture like this, and then the flow is moving from left to right like this is point 1, this is point 2. This is called sudden contraction. For this, A1 should be higher than A2. Sorry, this one is A1 should be lower than A2. Alright, so this one A1 should be lower than A2. This one A1 should be higher than A2. Alright, so for this study, due to the nature of this, okay, it means the calculation that you have to do should be separated. Point 1 should be separated than point 2, and when you add the HL total together, then you can do the same energy equation. Okay, so many will ask me whether if you are doing the minor losses, Okay, we have KL for sudden expansion and we have KL for sudden contraction. So many will ask me, where do we put the study of sudden expansion and the sudden contraction? Okay, for KL sudden expansion, okay, the KL is added in the larger pipe. Okay, but KL for sudden contraction, the KL will be calculated for the smaller pipe. Okay, later on we'll do an example and you will see the difference. Alright, so next we'll see the second one. This is what we call as parallel. Okay, for parallel, what happened is one pipe will be separated into multiple branches. Okay, and then maybe at the end it will combine again as the same pipe. Okay, so here for pipes in parallel, the head loss is the same in each pipe and the total flow rate is the sum of the flow rates in individual pipe. So what it means here is the volume flow rate, which is QA, should be equal to QB. Why? Because A and B are both single pipe. Okay, and here we have the branches. So if a branch is called 1 and 2, so it is equal to Q1 plus Q2. I believe you already have learned this in the chapter equation in terms of branching of pipes. Okay, so volume flow rate will be separated into two also. Okay, so for volume flow rate, Q1 and Q2, when you add up, the sum of it will equal to QA and also QB. Okay, the important part is this part over here. HL total 4.1 should be the same as HL total 4.2. Okay, for parallel, total flow rate is the sum of the flow rates in individual pipe, and then the head loss is the same in each pipe. So both of them must have the same head loss. Okay, so I put it here, HL1 should equal to HL2. Okay,